constant in a time of much uncertainty, not only for your students, but for each other as well. I'm inspired knowing that I'm a part of a group of professionals with an unmistakable passion for public education. Even though we face a limited attendance this evening, our priority is to celebrate the many educators being recognized this evening, and that priority remains unchanged. To our nominees, the honor of being nominated by your peers is truly remarkable. Your colleagues watch you interact with and instruct your students, share your inspiring ideas with your teams, and balance the seemingly endless behind-the-scenes requirements. Your peers see your tireless efforts to be the best version of yourself with your students, regardless of what may be happening in your personal life. They see your relationships with students, coworkers, and families within the school community. They see the very heart and soul of what makes a remarkable educator. To all our nominees, it is our privilege and honor to recognize and celebrate you tonight. And now I would like to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, the Honorable Mr. Marcus Chambers.
Good evening. So very excited to be here today. And it was interesting, looking around the hour before this event was going to start. And it's such a blessing to see people talking, to see people interacting, and seeing people who maybe haven't seen each other in a long time. And tonight, to our Teachers of the Year, this is about you. And I can't tell you how excited, how privileged I am to be here, to recognize each and every one of our Teachers of the Year. But tonight is also about recognizing the teaching profession in general. And I want you to think about this. When you think back to the teachers that impacted you, all of us have different thoughts that come to our mind. And all of us can remember that one teacher that gave us that extra push, that one teacher who helped us get over that hurdle, and that one teacher who gave us the confidence to do the things that we're doing today. And then you put yourself in that teacher's shoes. And that's exactly what you're doing. You think about March of 2020, everything changed in this country. Everything changed. But what didn't change is the resolve of the teaching profession. What each and every one of you have done over the course of the last 2 years is anything less than dramatic. It's anything less than miraculous. Because without you, you think about the kids who wouldn't have been able to go to school. You think about the kids who would not have been able to have the education that they've received over the last 2 years if it wasn't for your efforts. And it definitely wasn't easy. I want you to think to yourself for a second. Think about that family that comes to you and says, hey, thank you for making a difference in the life of my child. Or think about that student that you have who got a good grade on that test or who did well in a state assessment, and you see right there, you're making a difference. But what we sometimes forget is the student who comes back to us 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years later, and they say, Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so, do you remember me? And you might pause for a second, and you're trying to figure out, you kind of recognize that face, and then that student says to you, it's because of you that I'm where I am today. It's because of you. All of you have those moments, and it's something that I hope we never take for granted because the impact that you make is significant. And I'm going to have a couple more words, but I want to break for a second. And I just want to take this time because we have some very distinguished guests who are with us this evening who want to celebrate and honor each of you for the work that you do. And first and foremost, we have our Congressman Matt Gaetz, who is with us. If we give applause. And I just want to thank you, Congressman, for the support of the school district and what you do for our students here in Okaloosa County each and every day, so we appreciate that. Also have with us our school board chairman, Mr. Tim Bryant. Our school board vice chairman, Dr. Diane Kelly. School board member, Ms. Linda Ivanchek. School board member, Mrs. Marty Gardner. And school board member, Dr. Lamar White. So tonight wouldn't have been possible without having the partnerships that we have in Okaloosa County in terms of businesses that support this school district, businesses that support our teachers and what you do each and every day, and businesses that support our educators. And as you know, tonight, you were able to show up tonight. No one wrote a check. So that's a nice thing, right? No one wrote a check. And that was made possible because there are 6 businesses that said to me, your teachers and your educators have worked way too hard over the course of the last 2 years, and we want to do something to give back. And one of the quotes that was said to me by Maureen Bierman over at Step One Automotive is she said, your teachers, they just need to come and simply enjoy and receive the recognition that they deserve. So Step One Automotive is one of the individuals who sponsored tonight. Let's give them a round of applause. Bit Wizards and Talking Parents, let's give them a round of applause. Florida Power and Light, formerly Gulf Power. Eglin Federal Credit Union. And the Bank of England Mortgage. And if the individuals from these businesses would please stand, and we want to recognize you and say thank you. Now, I could go on and on about these business partnerships and how much it means to us, but I know Angelique Cox is behind me saying, make sure that you don't go too long. But again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart and from the school district. And the last thing I just want to say, for our teachers, I want you to think about this. Now, you've experienced students who are not able to attend school regularly. You've covered other teachers' classrooms so their students could still be taught. You've stayed late waiting for buses to arrive. You've cleaned and disinfected classrooms, even some of you bathrooms. And you've valiantly taught students who've been coming and going on a continuous basis. But I hope you also realize that you've helped students graduate from high school. You've helped students who are dealing with mental health issues. You've encouraged students who have lost confidence. You spoke with parents who their children were not attending school regularly. All of these things and so much more you've done, which is why we've always talked about police officers, doctors, nurses, the military, firemen, being the true heroes, being the first responders, and they absolutely are every single day. But our teachers, our educators, your first responders, your heroes, and if we don't realize that now and what has occurred the last 2 years, and I say this respectfully, it's almost shame on us because the difference that you all have made in students' lives in this community is second to none, and I just appreciate everything that you have done, and I know our school board appreciates everything that you've done, and I could not be more grateful. And the last thing I'm going to say is this. And we've talked about this at the very beginning of the year during our pre-planning, and it's never underestimate the difference that teachers and educators make in the lives of students, and I hope we always remember that. So congratulations, Teachers of the Year, and let's have a great night. And Ms. Cox is keeping me in line. So Step One Automotive has done a raffle, and this is a weekend with a Step One luxury vehicle and a $100 gift card. So it's a weekend with a Step One luxury vehicle and a $100 gift card to Allie's Bistro. And the winner of this is Petra Maddens. And if you'd come over to the left side of the stage to receive your items from Step One, we'd appreciate it. And you have to share this with everybody.
Crestview High School, Gregory Reed Myers. These last 3 years have been difficult for all of us. At this time, we recognize Greg Myers and present his wife, Sarah, with his Teacher of the Year award. Greg obtained his degree at Southeastern Louisiana University. Greg began his career at Holden School and then Amite High School in Louisiana. He married Sarah Campbell in April of 1984 and had 2 beautiful children born while living in Louisiana. In 1999, Greg and family returned to Florida and in 2012 came to Crestview High School. Greg enjoyed teaching and enjoyed the students, and during his recent illness, he and his family felt the love and prayers that surrounded them from Crestview High School and others around the community. He is and always will be greatly missed. Crestview High School, Greg Myers. Antioch Elementary, Mike Creel. Mike is a 3rd grade teacher in his 20th year as an educator. He has a passion for developing curriculum and continues to enhance his instruction to make lessons authentic and meaningful. One goal that Mike has for all of his students is that they leave his classroom equipped with skills to help them reach the potential for doing great things in their lives. Outside of school, Mike enjoys spending time with his wife Megan, son Connor, and other family and friends. He is involved in his church's children's ministry, sings in the choir, and serves as a deacon. Antioch Elementary, Mike Creel. Baker School, Shannon Marlowe Boone. Shannon is in her 26th year as an educator in Okaloosa County. She has worked with students in grades pre-K through 12. After 12 years of teaching, she accepted school counselor position at Baker School. Shannon's roots are deep at Baker. She and her husband, Jason, were middle school sweethearts and are both Baker School graduates. They have been married for 27 years and have 2 children, Lane and Lacey, also Baker School alumni. Shannon believes that the cultivation of positive relationships between students and school staff is the key to student success. Baker School, Shannon Marlowe Boone. Bluewater Elementary School, Diane Goldstein. Diane Goldstein is humbled to represent Bluewater Elementary as the Teacher of the Year. She attended Okaloosa County Schools from K through 12. Since Diane began teaching 17 years ago, she has been inspired by so many teachers along the way. Her fellow colleagues, past and present, motivate her to always learn and improve. Diane has a strong passion for writing instruction and loves seeing this progress in her students. She enjoys empowering her students to take charge of their learning. Diane is blessed by her faith, friends, family, and coworkers each and every day. Bluewater Elementary, Diane Goldstein. Bob Sykes Elementary, Amanda Tapman. Amanda Tapman is in her 11th year at Bob Sykes Elementary and is currently the Title I math teacher. She has a Bachelor's of Fine Arts degree in Interior Design from the Ringling College of Art and Design and a Master of Arts degree in Design Build Architecture from Auburn University. Teaching wasn't the original plan, but it's where God led her, and she found her true passion. She is the proud wife of David Tapman, a 5th grade teacher at Riverside Elementary and a mom of 2 boys, Carson and Sawyer. It is her honor to represent Title I and Bob Sykes Elementary this year. Bob Sykes Elementary, Amanda Tapman. Choctawhatchee High School, Sandra Claiborne Gainey. Miss Gainey brings with her many educational and cultural experiences as she joins the rest of our honored candidates this evening. Her childhood began with fierce determination, which she continued to demonstrate throughout her career. She is one of 15 siblings and now has a wonderful family of her own. Her husband, William, is also an educator in Okaloosa County. Together, they have raised 2 daughters who are now pursuing their own paths of success after completing college. Miss Gainey has worked in the elementary, middle, and high school classrooms. Choctawhatchee High School, Sandra Claiborne Gainey. Davidson Middle School, Kimberly Fitzgerald. Kimberly Fitzgerald began her teaching career in August of 2003. She has taught for the last 19 years solely at Davidson Middle School. Even though she currently teaches U.S. history and world history, she has taught 6th to 8th grade English, 6th and 7th math, assisted in 8th grade Algebra 1, and taught a handful of electives. Her colleagues would say she is kind, approachable, helpful, welcoming, and would do anything to help her students have a wonderful educational experience. Ms. Fitzgerald would like to thank the district, her school administration, and her family. Davidson Middle School, Kimberly Fitzgerald. Destin Elementary, Darlene Tums. Darlene Tums is a first grade teacher at Destin Elementary. She holds a Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education and a Master of Education degree in Early Childhood from the University of Montevallo. She taught for 5 years in Alabama and has spent the last 35 years teaching at Destin. Growing up in a family of teachers, it was only natural for her to become an educator herself. She works to make learning meaningful and engaging while creating a safe classroom environment where creativity is encouraged. She looks forward to spending more time with her family when she retires. Destin Elementary, Darlene Tums. Destin Middle School, Amabel Ortiz. Ms. Ortiz is a native Spanish speaker from Puerto Rico. She realized that teaching was her passion when she discovered that the parents of a student couldn't read and write, and she offered to teach them. This was how she could make a difference. Spanish became her favorite subject to teach because the more languages people are able to speak, the more opportunities they have in life, and they will better understand the world. We still have esperanza, hope, for a better world. She appreciates all the support from her husband, kids, and the excellent staff at Destin Middle School. Destin Middle School, Amabel Ortiz. Edge Elementary, Jamie Seifert. Jamie's family currently has the 4th generation of children enrolled in Okaloosa County schools. She is a 1985 graduate of Choctaw. She began teaching kindergarten at Combs New Heights in 1994. Its closure moved her to Kenwood Elementary for the next 12 years. The past 8 years, she has been a part of the Edge family and is currently teaching 3rd grade. She also coaches the swim teams at Choctaw and Pryor Middle School. Her greatest joy comes from developing relationships with her students and athletes, helping them set goals and pushing them to succeed. Edge Elementary, Jamie Seifert. Edwins Elementary, Candace Coolin. Candace Coolin has been awarded the honor of being the Teacher of the Year for Edwins Elementary School. She recently earned a master's degree in curriculum and instruction from the University of West Florida, 2021. She attained her undergrad degree at Eastern Michigan in, thank you. It's in Michigan. She started here in Walton Beach area. She has 2 beautiful children and a fur baby with her husband. Her work as a Kiwanis Club coordinator over the past 7 years at Edwins has built a relationship with the community. Edwins Elementary, Candace Coolin. Eglin Elementary, June Robbins. June Robbins has taught since 2009 with 30 years military and a degree with Embry-Riddle. She was the county's first STEM teacher at Longwood. Robbins built the program from ground up. Robbins transferred to Eglin, teaching kindergarten, and switched certifications to teach her true passion, fitness. Robbins built a track leaderboard recognizing students with most laps and fastest miles, giving students an opportunity to excel and receive recognition. Robbins has two sons, Anthony, who is a biomedical technician at Luke Air Force Base, and Chris, who is a senior at UCF studying aerospace engineering. Eglin Elementary, June Robbins. Elliott Point Elementary, Tasha Van Nimwagen. Ms. Van Nimwagen is a 30-year veteran teacher. She currently teaches ELA and social studies to fifth graders at Elliott Point. She loves history and getting her students excited about learning. She does this through simulations and projects. She credits her success as a teacher to all those educators she has taught with throughout the United States. She would like to thank her administration and colleagues for their support. She would also like to thank her family for all that they have endured as teachers' kids and listening to endless school stories. Elliott Point Elementary, Tasha Van Nimwagen. Okaloosa Elementary, Allison Osborne. Miss Allison Osborne is honored and humbled to be selected as Okaloosa's Teacher of the Year. She knows that being recognized by the incredible educators at Okaloosa is very special. Miss Osborne is dedicated to supporting Okaloosa's students and staff to help facilitate effective learning environments for students to grow. She would like to thank her mother, Karen, and her fiancé, Kevin, for always supporting her. Miss Osborne is grateful to her principal, Miss Massey, and to the many other mentors that have impacted her and continue to impact her every day. Okaloosa Elementary, Allison Osborne. Fort Walton Beach High School, Andrea Pearson. Anne has been a teacher in Okaloosa County for 20 years. After teaching 8th grade, Anne shifted to Fort Walton Beach High School. She taught English for several years, but has moved to social studies teaching AP Psychology and AP World History. Anne and her husband of 29 years love and supporting Vikings at school events. Her son is a 2017 Viking graduate and now teaches at Fort Walton Beach. Anne's philosophy indicates forming a trusting relationship with students and believes when students are happy to see you and feel safe in your classroom, your job just got a lot easier. For Walton Beach High School, Andrea Pearson. Kenwood Elementary, Kelly Williams. In 2013, working at the title office, she was asked to read in a pre-KD class. She walked in, saw the excited faces, and knew she needed to be a teacher. In 2018, she graduated from Northwest Florida State College with a BS in Elementary Education, K-6 ESC certified. Her contact with homeless students living in a high-poverty area drove her to teach at Title I, knowing what students may have encountered the night before. She is the person that greets students at the classroom door in the morning to give them a smile, hi, or a little hug. Her classroom motto is never say I can't, always say I'll try. Kenwood Elementary, Kelly Williams. Laurel Hill School, Carla Strickland. Carla has been the school counselor at Laurel Hill since 2007. Prior to becoming a counselor, she was a classroom teacher for 7 years. She enjoys working with students along with their families, teachers, to tackle problems and struggles together in order to make their lives a little better. Outside of school, Carla enjoys spending time with her family and friends. She feels blessed to live in the community in which she was raised and serve at her alma mater. She's especially thankful for all those who pour so much into their lives of their young people. Laurel Hill School, Carla Strickland. Lewis School, Jennifer McMinn. She is a science teacher at Lewis. She is a career changer. One day she realized life is too short and not to do what you love and decided to follow her dreams. She started her teaching career teaching preschool. She taught preschool for 10 years but had a calling to move to middle school. She is blessed to be able to teach alongside her uncle, Tom Burke, with her amazing Falcon family. She has a son who struggles with school, and she teaches the way she does because of him. He inspires her to teach outside the box and make sure every student is growing and learning. Lewis School, Jennifer McMahon. Longwood Elementary, Lynn Morrell. Lynn has been teaching at Longwood Elementary for the past 17 years in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grades and title math remediation. Now, as a math teacher, she knows that math is going to be an everyday part of her students' lives. Lynn believes in instilling confidence in her students, a belief that they can do math, keep trying, and never give up. Outside of school, she and her husband of 34 years, Ron, raised 2 sons who are successful products of Okaloosa County Schools. Lynn's newest love is being a Mimi to 5 wonderful grandchildren. Longwood Elementary, Lynn Morrell. Mary Esther Elementary, Lindsay Roderick. Lindsay Roderick is a product of Okaloosa County Schools. She attended Meigs Middle School and Choctaw High School and has been teaching for 14 years. Most of her teaching years have been spent in 2nd grade, which is her favorite grade. Ms. Roderick received her bachelor's degree from UCF and her master's degree from UWF. She is a mentor teacher, first-year teachers, and is part of the clinical educator program. She has been married to husband Mark for 10 years, and they have 2 sons, Garrett and Jensen. She is proud to be part of the Thunderbird family. Mary Esther Elementary, Lindsay Roderick. Meigs Middle School, Ben Dodd.
Here we go, Wildcats, here we go!
Ben has been teaching since 2005 and been at Meigs since 2006. He became a teacher because, like many here tonight, he wanted to have an impact on the lives of young adults. He has taught social studies in all 3 grade levels with his primary subject area being 8th grade U.S. history. Ben is a steadfast leader at Meigs and is a crucial part of the Meigs Middle School leadership team as the 8th grade chair. Ben's love for Meigs can be seen with coaching, as he has been an assistant football coach, head softball coach, head golf coach, and assistant baseball coach. Meigs Middle School, Ben Dodd. Niceville High School, Becca Childress. Becca is a product of Okaloosa County Schools. She graduated from Niceville High School and Florida State University. She is in her 28th year, 7 years at Ruckle and 21 at Niceville High School. Becca enjoys working with students through coaching, sponsoring classes, and clubs. Some of her best memories are the Spirit Bus rides and Powder Puff football games. Her students are her inspiration, and she maintains contact with many of them after graduation and is fortunate enough to call some colleagues. She would like to thank her family and friends for supporting her through the years. Niceville High School, Becca Childress. Northwest Florida Ballet Academy, Amy Figueroa. Amy Figueroa, best known as Miss Fig, teaches a 3-4 split class at the Academy. She has been in Okaloosa County a short 3 and fits right in with her ballet family. She spent 20 years at the same school in Broward County, where she taught high achieving and gifted program as well as the dual language program. She fosters a love of learning and promotes a safe space for all students. Her greatest compliment is accidentally being called Mommy by her students. She wishes her legacy to leave years of Fig friends behind who are kind and love to learn. Northwest Florida Ballet Academy, Amy Figueroa. Northwood Elementary, Miss Rebecca Desorme. She is not able to be with us this evening. Okaloosa STEM Academy, Daniel Pink. New to the teaching profession, Daniel Pink has already made big waves at Okaloosa STEM Academy. As one of the CTE teachers at STEM, he has quickly become very popular with students due to his engaging programming lessons, coaching of various robotics teams, and the creation of Social Club, a time for kids to interact with each other minus the worries of life and school. Okaloosa STEM Academy, Daniel Pink. Okaloosa Technical College, Emily Shook. Emily Shook teaches at Okaloosa Technical College, where she also serves as the gradebook manager and staff development coordinator. She started there 9 years ago as a direct instruction mathematics teacher and now is an instructor for Fast Track program. Emily chose a career in education because she enjoys learning math and enjoys helping others learn math. She graduated from the University of West Florida with a bachelor's degree in mathematics and teaching in 2011 and a master's degree in mathematics in 2019. Okaloosa Technical College, Emily Shook. Plough Elementary, Jamie Nespoli. Jamie is married with 2 boys. She is a graduate of Northwest Florida State College. Jamie is in her 9th year at Plough, where she teaches 2nd grade language arts. She is currently the 2nd grade team leader, tutors 5 children, and on the leadership team, a member of PBIS, and a coach for the 3rd grade robotics club. She has been a recipient of the NDIA grant 2 years running. During the height of COVID, Jamie sought out community funds and was able to give 1,000 kids a drawstring bag, hand sanitizer, and a pair of headphones. Jamie has continued to strive for excellence. She is honored to have been selected Teacher of the Year. Plough Elementary, Jamie Nespoli. Richburg School, Otto Rosero Garces. He is unable to be with us this evening. Riverside Elementary, Mary Young. Mary Young earned her Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education from Northwest Florida State College. While teaching 5th grade ELA at Riverside Elementary, she served as grade level chair, but found her true passion after teaching in an inclusion classroom. She became dual certified and is currently an ESC teacher for grades 3 through 5. She strives to teach her students the importance of perseverance. She is happily married to Matthew, who is always willing to build items for her classroom. Outside of the classroom, she teaches at Gordon Martial Arts. Riverside Elementary, Mary Young. Ruckle Middle School, Deborah Eller. Deb began her formal teaching career here in Okaloosa County when she was hired by Mr. Richard Bounds at Choctawhatchee High School. Teaching in the VE classroom, she started the Sugar Plum Shop. In January of 2006, she transferred to Ruckle Middle School, first as a VE teacher and then as a Gen Ed teacher. She taught math, world geography, civics, world and U.S. history, health, ELA, intensive reading. However, her true love is teaching learning strategies. She simply teaches her students the love of learning and the joy that comes from being successful. Ruckle Middle School, Deborah Eller. Shalimar Elementary, Karen Litzinger. As far back in her childhood as Karen can remember, she wanted to become a teacher. She admired the inspiring mentors that helped shape her passion for learning, and she wanted to be able to motivate others to love learning too. After graduating from the University of West Florida, Karen began her teaching career in 1992. Throughout the years, she has taught every elementary grade, served as a literacy coach, offered reading remediation through Title I. She is currently teaching fourth grade and is honored to be Shalimar Elementary's Teacher of the Year. Shalimar Elementary, Karen Litzinger. Shoal River Middle School, Robert Maddens. Mr. Maddens has taught at Shoal River Middle School for 6 years. While there, he has coached golf, basketball, football, and the academic team. He also served as administrative responsibilities when needed. He considers his biggest strength in education to be his ability to create positive relationships with students that lead to greater buy-in, participation, and commitment from them. He recently obtained his master's in educational leadership, and he hopes to continue his career by moving up in administration position in the future. Shoal River Middle School, Robert Maddens. Silver Sands School, Mandy Prescott. Mandy has been at Silver Sands School for 22 years and has taught students with a variety of severe and profound mental and physical disabilities. Mandy's current role is the Resource Behavior Support Teacher. She leads the MTSS team to develop individual behavior intervention plans for students with behaviors that impede their learning and assist teachers with IEPs. Is a lead member of the QBS Safety Care Team, a member of the School Threat Assessment Team, and is the PBS School Coordinator. Silver Sands School, Mandy Prescott. Southside Elementary, Alicia Wilson. She is unable to be here this evening. Wright Elementary, Christy Rice. Christy Rice attended among the finest schools here in Okaloosa County growing up. She realized early on that she had a passion for education. She is blessed with an adoring husband, Matt, and an amazing daughter, Kaylee. She strives to be a guiding light for all students and faculty members. What she loves most about teaching is the joy of seeing each child and the relationships she develops with each one. She feels it is a privilege to get to watch them grow, learn, and mature throughout the year. The respect and love she shares with each of her students fills her heart. Wright Elementary, Christy Rice. The 3 finalists for Teacher of the Year. Bruner Middle School, Amy Saxer. Once a student here herself, Amy Saxer is a product of the Okaloosa County school system, has been teaching in Florida schools for 23 years. She earned a BA in French from the University of Alabama and a master's in curriculum and instruction from the University of West Florida. Recently, she has devoted herself to teaching intensive reading at her alma mater, Bruner Middle School, where she serves as the PBIS coordinator and Hope Squad advisor. Throughout her entire career, Amy's first love has always been being a mom to her 2 children, Rachel and Patrick. Bruner Middle School, Amy Saxer. Pryor Middle School, Brittany Tate. Brittany Tate is currently a science teacher at Pryor Middle School. Her students are held to high expectations with high support. Brittany is a product of Okaloosa County and went on to graduate from the University of Alabama in 2010. Upon graduation, she joined AmeriCorps and started the program Grasses in Classes. In 2016, Brittany earned the Master's in Education, which led her to enter the classroom full-time. Brittany currently serves as the CTE grant manager, having secured over $1 million in funds. Recently, Brittany was the recipient of United Way's 40 Under 40. Pryor Middle School, Brittany Tate. Walker Elementary School, Elizabeth Drake. Elizabeth grew up in Okaloosa County and graduated from Baker School in 2011. She received a top 4 scholarship to UWF and earned a degree for software engineering. In her senior year at UWF, Elizabeth felt called to be a teacher, so she immediately became certified in elementary education. She is now a 7th-year teacher and has taught 4th, 5th, and 1st grades. Although she has taught all subjects, she is currently departmentalized in math and science and uses her software engineering degree as Walker's STEM coach, where she teaches coding and circuitry through hands-on learning. Walker Elementary, Elizabeth Drake. I would like to now introduce to you Teacher of the Year Selection Committee Chairperson, Allison LaFay.
Good evening. I'm Allison LaFay. I'm the Selection Committee Chairperson. I just want to thank, first of all, to the women that served on the committee this year, and Jessica Landry, the Teacher of the Year from this year, will serve next year. She wasn't able to be here tonight, but I do want to just share that she really felt very honored to represent Okaloosa County at the state level, and she got a lot of meaningful opportunities out of it, but I just want to speak for her because she's not here. In the program, it kind of goes through the process for picking the finalist. Once the finalists are selected, we make a schedule to come and observe them in their classrooms. And I just want to quickly kind of go over a brief description of what we were able to see, because it's pretty amazing. And I really mean this, that if you could sell tickets to be on the committee, you should buy them, because it's just a really amazing experience. Elizabeth Drake at Walker, we got to watch her facilitate a number talk in which her first graders came up with multiple ways to make a specific number. She also taught a mini lesson using math manipulatives to solve real-world scenarios. And I'm just going to share this. I teach 5th grade math. So in her conversation, when they were coming up with different ways to create, I think it was 37, I'm not sure. One little person said, I'm making these up, 31 plus 6, and then someone said 6 plus 31. And Ms. Drake said, how do we know those are the same? And from this group of children, I heard the commutative property. And I'm like, my 5th graders may not have been able to answer that question. So we were very impressed with that. Amy Saxer at Bruner Middle School, we watched her teach contrasts and contradictions. It's a notice and note reading strategy with the short story Thank You Ma'am by Langston Hughes with her 7th grade intensive reading class. And what we really enjoyed there were the connections her students could make between what they were reading in their own personal lives and the comfort and safety they felt in being able to share those things. It was obviously that her students understood the importance of the day. There was one young man there, he was dressed in a vest. He was so sharp looking, and as we left, we were like, and he participated, and he did a great job. But you could tell the relationship, they had with their students. Brittany Tate from Pryor Middle School conducted a modeling explicit activity with her 8th grade physical science students. She explored the properties of light in order to solve a real world problem using science, math, and language skills. And what they were doing, it was a school project that they were going to be building a greenhouse. So they had to look at the materials that would be purchased. So as we were listening, the committee were like, maybe they should start a little consulting firm, because their arguments and their justification for things were spot on. In general, I think there were a lot of things they all had in common, but one of the things was the rigor and the high expectation all 3 teachers had on their students. And I just think that makes students in general rise to the occasion. And now, guess what? We just appreciate the opportunity to come to your classroom. I'm going to announce the 2023 Okaloosa County Teacher of the Year is Brittany Tate. And like to welcome Congressman Matt Gaetz is going to read a proclamation, congressional proclamation.
Congratulations to you all. I am in awe of all of the things you have to be good at to be a teacher. You have to be equal parts instructor and motivational speaker and counselor and at times a construction worker around the classroom. And I think for me and for many Americans, our appreciation for what you do hit a zenith when we were stuck at home with our own children. When my son came back from Choctawhatchee High School and said, well, I'll be here at the house now doing work, we understood, I certainly did, the emotional investment that you have to make in every circumstance, in every progression, and it showed the country that you really are on the front lines of defining a generation. And when we are able to recognize the very best, we certainly must do so. And I expect that there'll be times when a substitute teacher is appropriate, when someone needs a needed respite, but we can never substitute the role of the teacher for a robot or an avatar in our classrooms. And that is what we have learned, how important the human element that each and every one of you bring to the care for your students means, and how that allows young people to flourish. And that's why it's so special to recognize you, Brittany, especially as a teacher at Pryor Middle School. That has a special place in my heart. My mom went to Pryor Middle School. I know that Superintendent Chambers spent time as a principal there. I've spent time there as a mentor. And I can tell you the students at Pryor need all kind of care and love. And in reviewing what you've done, you have embraced that approach to being a teacher that involves extracurricular activities, the stuff before school, the stuff after school, that certainly leads to a positive experience. There are moments in a community, in a profession, in a country where we take note and preserve something for the record forever. And I wanted all of you to know that to celebrate Brittany's achievements and really the achievements of this great county, we have placed in the permanent record of the 117th Congress a recognition for what you have earned, what you have done. And so long after all of us are pushing up daisies, your grandchildren's grandchildren can look up what you meant to all of us, what you meant to the teaching profession, and what you meant to make your country better. Congratulations, Brittany. Thank you. Congrats. Pryor's a special place. Thanks.
These chairs are really comfy up here. Brittany Tate, Pryor Middle School. Get all of your. Amy Saxer, Bruner Middle School. Elizabeth Drake, Walker Elementary School. This concludes our program for this evening. Be safe on your way home. Good night.